some landscape.
When it's like this, so foggy, it looks like the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. There's a plane just taking off.
There's the Coast Mountains again. However, the city across the water is called North Vancouver. You can take a ferry there from Waterfront Station. That's our last stop before we go to Canada Place. And there goes a seaplane heading over to Vancouver Island, where our capital city is Victoria. So they come and go between the two cities.
There's a bridge.
So you know how police use abbreviations, you know, BPD, RCMP?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes they, you see them on television. So imagine somebody kicking down your door and slaughters it in 1792.
Yep. Yeah, I know where we are now. So we were looking. Wow.
There you guys go. Gotta be careful sometimes. Motorists aren't paying attention. They're talking to one another. And, we don't want them to accidentally run over a goose.
Very good. That'd be one, right?
There's the totem poles.
I'm practicing my American. Fish House flag stop.
Fish house?
Yep, restaurant.
Oh,
Guess what their major dishes are?
fish?
That's right. How'd you guess?
You're good. You've been doing this job too long.
Yeah, you're telling me. I just learned what put up, shut up meant today. English Bay Beach up next. It's where the English moored their ships while they were here. We were an English colony, however, until 1871.
Oh man,
English
looks
Bay has
gorgeous.
always been the original residential waterfront with the downtown peninsula, while the rest of the waterfront was all factories and industry, and now it's all residential and commercial. So this is kind of our little South Beach here.
yeah.
Without the neon lights.
I love it. This is where I would live, right here. I like this. I like it right here.
Yeah, but a lot of people want to live right here.
This expensive area right here.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
What's expensive?
You're probably looking at $989,000.
What's the rent run?
In English Bay, between $500 and $2,300.
523?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
The rest of Vancouver is about $1,000 per square foot.
Oh God.
500.
Oh, what is this?
The Laughing Buddhas. They were a gift from China during the 2010 Winter Olympics. In gratitude, we gave them a log cabin.
I'll be darned.
And the palm trees will follow us all the way to Yaletown.
Yeah. This is where I'm
Ooh,
gonna
I
be.
smell skunk.
Yeah, there's skunk somewhere.
You sure it's skunk?
Smells like it.
That's what it smells like to me, skunk.
We know skunk.
Or is it Mary?
Possum.
You know Mary?
No, I
Nice.
don't.
She's a nice girl, huh?
Now hiring Cactus Club Cafe. There you go. Get a job there.
I am not going to be a waitress again.
No, I wouldn't be either.
The waitresses in Yaletown make really good money. That they can actually buy an apartment in Yaletown, and that's $1,500 per square foot.
Ooh, Lord.
That's how you get pay for the somethings out here is per square foot.
Yeah. Well, what's it like at home?
Well, see, when I had my apartment, I had a 900 square foot, 2-bedroom apartment was $800 a month.
So that would probably be like in the city of Surrey then.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to recognize how good we have it.
Yeah.
Really, the food, everything out here is expensive.
Yeah. We pay a lot of tax. One of the highest taxed provinces of British Columbia.
Gas is high, food is high, rent.
No wonder why everybody bikes.
And you know what's funny? When we do federal elections, BC voters don't count.
Really?
No, the federal voting is really only for Quebec and Ontario. Because of their population, they're the highest populated provinces in Canada.
Yeah.
And so basically, when the votes come in, they already know who won. And
Yeah.
and we're behind the time.
What am I
Our
supposed to
time
do?
frames are different.
It's sailboat.
So they already know who won before our votes come in.
Saw the ships. Cool.
Well, that's like our elections, though. If you live on the West Coast, the elections are almost already over before the votes are starting to count for the West.
Mm. Apparently Florida and Texas, you want to have those in your grasp.
Yeah.
But Texas, is that Republican?
Yep.
And then Florida is Republican
Yeah,
as
I
well?
think so.
Yeah.
Didn't used to be. Guess what? I'm not Republican.
We have all sorts of parties. So we just don't call ourselves liberal or conservative. We have all certain types of parties that people, so we don't lose our mountains and our water view.
I see, look at all these big tall buildings and they all look the same.
Yeah, especially in
Everyone.
Yaletown on my right-hand side. It's very similar to those buildings in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Yeah.
One man bought the entire property. He built all those buildings.
Huh.
And he was obviously from Hong Kong. Yaletown Roundhouse coming up next. That was the warehouse district for the Canadian Pacific Railway, and now a popular place for people who are self-employed and love dogs.
And love dogs.
It's not part of the commentary, I just threw that in.
Are you saying Yale Town?
Yaletown, like James Yale?
Yale.
James Yale.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was the master of the Hudson's Bay Company.
Okay.
And then Sir James Douglas, he lied to the American homesteaders and said this area was British colony, when in fact it wasn't, but the homesteaders left anyways because they didn't know better.
We sure were dumb, huh?
Just Canadians had to lie a lot. There weren't very many of us to protect our sovereignty. So quite often when we had skirmishes with U.S. forces, we had to make it look like we had more soldiers than we actually did.
Yeah. You were telling us that this morning.
Yeah, we had a lot of Highlanders and Native and English troops.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but the English invited the Cossacks during the War of Independence.
That's what, the Russians?
Yeah.
Russian and German horseback riders as well. Cossacks and Cossacks.
Huh.
Because they're all cousins, right? All the monarchs in Europe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But now
And they intermarry also.
there's no
That's why they look like
monarchy in
horses.
France or Russia anymore, and there's no Prussia, there's no Austrian Empire anymore. Austria is just famous because of Schwarzenegger. I'm just kidding. Austria is a very nice place.
Schwarzenegger.